Hello everyone, my name is Mayur Sutar and welcome to my YouTube channel Anybody Can Code. Let's continue with the series of Python. In this tutorial, we will see file handling in Python. So let's open a Python script in PyCharm code editor. Moreover, please get all Python scripts of tutorials from the GitHub link given in the description below. Here I have written codes already that will be explained in this tutorial. We will go to see 6 basic files handling operation in this tutorial. Number one is a create operation. That means we are going to create the text file by using the Python script. We are going to write inside the file. We are going to read the content from the file. We are going to append the data in the file. We are going to do the combine operation read and write, and we are going to do another combine operation write and read. There is some different configuration between two function two mode, read and write r plus and write and read w plus, that we will see soon. So first, let's start with the create the file. So create the file. Now how we are able to create the file in the system, that means our OS, like Windows OS, by using the Python script. Okay, so here I'm going to create one variable test C. That means test C that I want to define is test create. Okay. Now after that, it's a variable, so we are going to use the equal to operator. After that, we are going to write down the built-in function. The function name is open. Okay. Now open function is going to hold two minimum argument. Number one is a file name in a string format. So here I have written testc.txt. This is the text file, and I'm going to use the mode to create the file, that means X. Now I'm going to run the script and see whether what is going to happen, whether it's create the file or not. Okay. So I'm going to hit the run button, and my code has executed with exit code 0. That means it has successfully processed, and here I can see my new file has created testc.txt, which is I am going to open here. So there is no content in the file. That's great. So I'm going to close this for the moment. Another one, whenever we are going to open the file in Python script, there is another function we have to close it. So I'm going to uncomment the code, and the same I'm going to run the same script again and see it. So I'm going to click the run button here. Here I got an error. What error says that? Let's read it. File exists error. That means file exists testc.txt. Number one. So here, when we are using the create mode is going to create the file if it does not exist. Okay, and if it exists, it is going to raise the error. It says that the file is already there, so we cannot create the same file. So I'm going to comment it out. My file is open already, so I'm going to just close it. We cannot close it as well because we haven't opened it. Okay, so just ignore it. Fine. Now let's move to the next operation, that is read the file. Okay, now we have created earlier file test C. The same file we are going to open with read mode. So here, that's why I have assigned the variable test R, that is a read, test read, and open with read mode. Now I am going to run the script and see whether there is any error or not. No, there is no error. That means I am able to successfully open the available file in the directory. Now next, I want to read whether there is anything written or not. So I'm going to uncomment test r dot read, that is the built-in function. Now I'm going to run it, and there is no error. That means it is also working very well. But we cannot see anything here because our file also not having any data. Now, if I'm going to write here something hello abcc, okay, and save it, after that let's run it again and see whether there is any outcome or not. So here I'm going to hit the run button. No, there is still no any outcomes. We are going to read, but it is not reading because I need to use the print function here to see the outcome. So here we can see I can see whatever I have written here. It's abcc. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, can I write anything in the file which is open with read mode? Let's try it out. So here I'm going to uncomment this code of line and test r dot. There is another read function. Sorry, another test dot write function, and that function is going to hold the value. So what I'm going to write, let's say hello world, and I'm going to hit the run button again and see whether there is any outcome or not. So here, yeah, we can see the IO unsupported operation not writable. That's understood. We are unable to write anything in this file because it is open with the read mode. So to make sure when the file we are open with the read mode, we are unable to write down anything in the file. We are able to only the read. Okay, fine. Now we are going to close the file. So I'm going to run it again. So here the file has opened and file has been closed already. That's it. Now I'm going to comment it out. We have finished the read mode as well. We have finished create mode and read mode. Now we move to the write mode. Fine. So it is the same. We are going to write. We are going to uh, create a variable test w for write, and it is a variable, so we are going to use the equal to operator. After that we are going to use the open inbuilt function. Inside the function we are going to use this file name in a string format. So here I am going to test w.txt, which is not exist in my directory, but here I'm going to use the w, that means write mode. Write mode is going to open the file if it exists. If the file does not exist in directory, it is going to create a new file. That's why I don't need to worry whether the file is exist or not. So I am going to create a new file by using the write mode. Okay, so here I'm hitting the run button and there is no error, and here I can see my file has been created. Okay, fine. After that I want to write something in the file. So here I have written some lines to 5 lines. So test w, that is my variable. So I'm accessing the variable, that means I'm accessing the file, and using the write function, and inside the function I'm going to write whatever I want to write. So here I have written the 5 line with a different identity: 1 hello world, hello abcc, 2 hello abcc, 3 hello abcc, 4 hello abcc. And I have used the this is the forward slash with and, that is it is going to write down in the new line whatever I have written in the next function or parallel in the same line. Okay, fine. So now I am going to run this script. That means I have created new file or open the available file and write down the 5 lines. So here I hit the run button. There is no error. That means, yeah, we are able to write down and the thing that we want to write. Now we are going to open the file and see whether it has the data has updated in the file or not. So yes, here we can see whatever we have written by using the write function, it is stored in the file. That's great. I'm going to close the file and move to our script. Now I have opened the file by using the write function. Now I want to see whether I can read the same I can read the file where I have used the write function or not. So here I have written the print test w, that is the variable, and read function, and I'm going to run the file. Yeah, here I got an error. IO unsupported operation not readable. That means when we are creating or opening the file by using the write mode, we are unable to read it. The same way, when we have opened the file by using the read mode, we are unable to write it. When we are going to open the file by using the write mode, we are unable to read it. That's great. So here I'm going to simply close the file. Whenever we open the file, we should close it. So I'm going to close it. This is working very well. Now I want to read the content. So here I have written another code to read the file. So here test, I have opened the same file that we have written earlier, test w, and I'm going to open with the read mode. And after that, I'm going to read test.read. That means this is going to read the everything whatever available in the file. Okay, so I'm going to run this script, and here we can see our outcome is a 1 hello abcc, 2 hello abcc, 3 4 5 hello abcc. That's great. That whatever we have written earlier, everything has stored in the file, and we can access it by using the read function. Okay, can we write something? No, we cannot write. We have seen earlier when we open with the read mode. Now there is another function that we can see. One is a Tal function and one is a seek function. So what is the use of Tal and seek function? So Tal function is going to give us the position of the pointer, where the current position of the pointer. So we can see that whether we are going to append a file or we are going to start a new file. So let me run the function script, and then we can see it. So Tal function, first we are going to check it. So I'm going to run the script, and it is going to tell me my cursor, my pointer is at the 7 point number 70. So we have closed this file successfully. That's great. Now we are going to move ahead. Seek function. So we are going to see the seek function. Seek function is going to change the position of the pointer. That means we can drag back to the pointer and start to read from uh, from wherever we want. So here our pointer is 70, right? So if I'm going to write here the same function print read, it is not going to read anything because our pointer is already at the last point. Okay, we haven't seen anything, 0. That's great. But now I want to drag back my pointer at 0 and read again. Let's see whether it is working or not. So here I'm going to use the test.seek function, and in the argument I'm going to put it 0 0. That means the 0 is a pointer place. Now I am going to run it, and here we have seen the output. First time we have printed the output, then after we have used the Tal function to finding out where our pointer at 70. After that we have used the test.seek and put the 0. That means I want to bring back cursor at the pointer 0 and read again. Yeah, it is able to read. So that means we have seen two more functions, Tal and seek. Tal is going to give the pointer position, and seek is seek is allow us to manipulate the pointer wherever we want to bring the pointer and start the reading again. Okay, or writing again. That's great. Now here I have put another read. There is a one more function is the read lines. Read line, it is going to read the line. Okay, one line, two line, three line. So read line, this is read line first. The same, I'm going to run it again, and it is going to read the second line. That means by using the read line, we can read the particular line. Okay, fine. There is a one more function in the read lines. So first let me bring my cursor at the 0, and there is another function is a read lines. It is going to read all the lines. here it is in a binary form. Okay, now I'm going to close the file. Great, so our file has successfully closed. Now let's move to the function of two more functions that in our list today. One is R plus, that means read plus write mode. Okay, now let's create a variable test rw write and read and write. Use the equal to operator, then use the open function. Inside the open function, I have written one file name in a string, test rw.txt, and here is the mode is r plus. Now let's run and see whether it is working or not. Here I have received the error file not found error. That means whenever we are going to use the r plus function mode, it is going to raise error if the file does not exist. So number one, r plus mode is going to work only when the file already exists in the directory. Okay, so here I have to create a file. I have created a file by just using the open function test rw.txt x, that is the create mode, and in the same line I have closed the file as well. So now I'm going to run it. So first it is going to create the file by this line. After that, it is going to open the file with write plus mode. Okay, so I'm going to run it. There is no error. And here we can see our file has been created, test rw. Okay, fine. Now I want to read the file. Okay, whether I'm able to read or not. So I'm going to hit use the print function. Inside the print function, I'm going to access the variable and dot read function and run it and see whether it is any outcome or not. So here it is says that file exists. Okay, after create the file we are unable to create it again, we have seen earlier. So instead of X, we are going to use the W mode. So it is not going to raise an error. So here we have seen our function is working, but we cannot see anything because in our file there is nothing, right? Yeah. So let's try to write something. Hello ABCC. Okay, and save it, close it. Now let's run it again, the function, and see whether it is reading anything or not. It is still not reading anything. So there is no input. Why? Because here I have used the write mode. Write mode, whenever we are going to use the write mode, it is going to clear everything whatever available in the file, and it is start from the zero. So here I have to use the purely read mode. No mode. Okay, fine. So I'm going to open the file again and write down here something, hello world, and save it and close it. Then after I'm going to run this script again and see, here we can see our outcome. Okay, so we are able to read it, but can we write it? So test rw dot write hello abcc, and then after we want to read it, because this is the multiple mode, read and write. So let's write something then read it. So I'm going to hit the run button and see no, there is nothing, D only. Why? Okay, fine. So here the write function is not going to work B for read. So I'm going to comment it out, and we are going to only read and check whether it is working or not. So here it is working, hello ABCC. Okay, fine. So after read, we are going to write down something and see whether it is appending or not. Okay, fine. So let's run it, and yeah, it is not throwing any error, but we haven't read. So let's read it and see whether there is an outcome. And parallel, I'm going to close the file as well, so I don't need to write down the code again. So I'm going to run this file, and yeah, it has been our previous string here. Then after here I have written something, then I have read it, and yeah, it is working. That's great. So that means whenever we are going to open the file with r plus mode, first we have to read it. After that, whatever we are going to write in the file, it is going to append at the end of the file. Okay, fine. So we are going to read. After that, right, we are unable to write before read the file. Okay, fine. So I'm going to comment it out, and let's move to the next thing. Next thing is write plus mode. So write plus mode, it is going to do the same thing. So first I'm going to create a variable test wr is equal to open. Now here in a string format, I'm going to write down the file name test wr.txt, and here I'm using the w plus mode, that means the write plus mode. It is going to consider that if the file exists, it is going to open. If file does not exist, it is going to create a new file. So here we don't have to create the file, same as the read plus mode. Okay, fine. So here I'm going to uh, open the file, create the file with write plus mode and read it. So let's run it, and here we have seen nothing, but here we can see our file has been created, wr mode, write plus mode, and there is nothing in the file. So here we are going to write down something, hello world, and save it, close it. Now I want to run the script again and see whether there is any outcome or not. So here we can see nothing, and we are going to see in the file as so there is nothing, it's blank. Okay, why is it blank? Because whenever we are going to use the write or write plus mode, it is going to clear, wipe out the available file, and it is going to start from the pointer 0. Okay, fine. So that means whenever we are going to use the write or write plus mode, the pointer is going to start from the 0, and if there is anything in the file, it is going to wipe out. That's good. So here we are unable to read it because there is nothing in the file. So we have to write down something in the file. Then after we are going to get where is our pointer. Then after we are going to stick at 0, and we are going to read it, and we are going to close it. So here I'm going to run the script and see whether everything is working very well or not. So here it is. First, we have written something. I am writing this file with w plus mode. Okay. Then after I want to get where is my pointer. So it is at 35. Now I am bringing my pointer to 0, and then after I'm going to read it, then I have got my output. That is great, that is working. But okay, if without bringing pointer at 0, can we read the file? Let's check it out. So here I have after write something, I have put the read function, and I want to see whether it is working or not. So I'm going to run the script and check the outcome. So no, there is nothing outcome. That means uh, the pointer is going to drop at the end after write anything in the file. That means if we want to read the file uh, written with the write plus mode, we have to bring the cursor to the point wherever we want to read. Okay, so here I have seek, that means I need to bring my cursor at pointer 0. Then after I need to read the file again, and after that I am able to read the file, whatever content in the file, and then after I have to close the file. Okay, great. So in this tutorial, we have seen the create mode, file create mode, file write mode, file read mode, file append mode that we haven't seen. We will see in a moment. File read plus write mode, file write plus read mode. So file uh, write and write plus mode is going to wipe out everything and start the everything point from the zero. Now let's see the uh, append function that I have missed it. So I'm going to comment it out everything. Okay. Now test A. Test A. I'm going to open the available file test rw and I'm going to open with the append. Okay. Then I'm going to test a dot read. Simply read it. It is say the test a read that it says that test no, not readable, file not readable. Wow, that is great. File not readable, but can we write some? Can we check where is our cursor? Print. Where is our pointer? Yeah, it is at 168. Okay, great. So append mode, we cannot read the file whenever we are going to open the file with append mode. But yeah, we write it. So let's try to write something. Hello world and run the function, run the script. So there is no error. That means we are able to write anything. And after write, we are going to see again our pointer location. So I'm going to run it and it is at 190. That's great. That means the append function is going to work when the file is available and it is going to append the data, but we are unable to read the file when we have opened the file with the append mode. So we need to open the file with close the file and open with again read mode, or we are going to use the read plus mode that is going to do the same read and append in the same function. So here we have seen all the six method that we have covered six method in this tutorial: create, write, read, append, read and write, and write and read. Hope you like the tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.